on earth do they do what they do to me? Honestly, I don't believe them sometimes. Like, bloody hell. What a result. What a win. What a 3 points at Molineux. Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a fantastic Thursday evening. Hope you had a good day. Hope you had a good week. And I hope you're all looking forward to the first weekend in February 2024 this year. First of all, do me a massive favour for me. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always to put the notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Rocket League, EA Sports FC 24, Avatar: The Frontiers of Pandora, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, more previews, more match reactions, and much more brand new stuff planned for the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. And good evening to each and every single one of you. What a game, what a dramatic result, and what a dramatic conclusion at Molineux this evening for Manchester United on match day 23 of the 2023-24 Premier League season. Wolves 3, Manchester United 4. What on earth just happened at Molineux? When Manchester United are 3-1 up, you think they've got the game won, you think they've got the 3 points, and you think Manchester United have got the 3 points that they desperately needed to chase down everyone around them in the top 4 European spots for European competition next season. And when you see it go to 3-2, you wonder if Manchester United are going to hold on. Then it goes to 3-3, and then you think to yourself, how on earth have we just thrown that game and that result away at Molineux? And then into the 97th minute, a piece of absolutely individual brilliance from Kobbie Mainoo wins the game in the 97th minute for Manchester United to win the game 4-3. OMG, what a player that Kobbie Mainoo is going to be for Manchester United. I absolutely love him. I adore him. And what a way to announce yourself on the Premier League stage, where he has been an absolute shining starlight in this Man United midfield ever since he's made his presence and he was given his debut by Erik ten Hag. This is what you call a hungry, world-class individual midfielder that has got the total game of a footballer that is going to achieve a lot of success at Manchester United. His brilliance tonight has absolutely rescued us from a point of no return. The way Manchester United played in that second half and the way we let a 3-1 lead go, my God, did Manchester United get lucky again. You thought Newport was lucky. Wolves again tonight was pure and utter luck due to Kobbie Mainoo's pure and utter brilliance. Without him in this midfield, that winning goal doesn't happen. The way he controls the midfield, the way he balances everything into complete, utter perfection, and the way he is not afraid to take on moments of glory, that is to get Manchester United over the finish line. My God, what a dramatic conclusion. I honestly did not expect a 7-goal thriller at Molineux this evening. I honestly expected Manchester United to walk over this Wolves team. I expected them to be absolutely fine this evening. And I didn't expect Manchester United, when you're 2-0 up inside the first half through, the return of Marcus Rashford, Højlund's goal-scoring form continues. You're honestly expecting Manchester United to have such a comfortable night at Molineux. Obviously, major talking points from the first half again. The Casemiro disallowed goal. The Rasmus Højlund second goal as well disallowed. Man United could have been 4-5-0 up in that first half. That Gary O'Neill Wolves team, like people say, Wolves look really good. They say that Wolves are going to be fine under Gary O'Neill. The way Wolves played in that first half, I wouldn't be too sure that Wolves are going to be a Premier League club next season playing the way they are. I honestly didn't expect Wolves to come out of the traps in that second half with that resurgence. Manchester United should have made this game comfortable. The amount of chances and the 2 disallowed goals in that first half, United could have had this game done by half-time. They were absolutely all over that Wolves team. I couldn't believe how bad Wolves were. Like, Wolves are not a great team. I honestly expected, Man United to absolutely walk over them. And simply, when you are 2-0 up, you think the game's won, you think the 3 points are there, and you're expecting Manchester United to claim a massive winning 3 points this evening away at Molineux, which is always a difficult place to go to and is always a difficult place to be for a Manchester United fan and a Manchester United supporter. But luckily, Man United got there. I don't know how we've just done it. Like, I honestly do not know how we have just won that game. Wolves fans and supporters are going to be absolutely frustrated, gutted, disappointed, upset, angry, frustration. They are going to feel every emotion going after that 97th Kobbie Mainoo winner. They are going to be feeling it because Wolves' fight back was absolutely magnificent. Like, fair play to Wolves, fair play to Gary O'Neill. I just didn't expect Wolves to play the way they did. Like, I honestly did not expect Wolves to come out of the traps like that. I honestly expected Wolves to be a lot better team with the players they've got. And when, you haven't got Adama Traore in that team, you haven't got, Raul Jimenez anymore, you haven't got Ruben Neves in there, you haven't got Hwang in the team tonight, you haven't got Sarabia either. I honestly expected Manchester United to really, really struggle. And do you know what? The second half, we really, really did. We really, really struggled in that second half. I couldn't believe how bad we were. I honestly did not expect Manchester United to, let Wolves in that easily. Like, Wolves really, really came out on the second half, all guns blazing. That Gary O'Neill must have said something in that dressing room because the Wolves fans at half-time were really, really fucked off. They were really, really angry with the way Wolves were being absolutely dominated on and off the ball in that first half because they couldn't get anywhere near Manchester United. They couldn't get anywhere near them. And I was quite surprised by that. I expected Wolves to be a hell of a lot better considering they've beaten the likes of Manchester City at home. And, they gave us a game at Old Trafford in the reverse fixture on the first day of this Premier League season, way back in August 2023. And, truth comes to told, I don't know what happened to Manchester United in that second half. I honestly do not know where that 2-0 lead went. Like, when you are dominating Wolves, when you are dominating away from home, and you're playing some very, very, very fantastic football, and you are the better team, and you are dominating the game, you're dominating the ball, you're dominating possession, you're controlling the game, you're shutting the Wolves fans up, you're shutting Molineux up, you're keeping Wolves out. Man United deserved their 2-0 lead. The return of Marcus Rashford's always going to have its debate. Obviously, after what happened on and off the pitch, he returns, he scores for Manchester United, and Manchester United are finally thinking, do you know what? Okay, we're 1-0 up. Let's not take that lead for granted. Let's try and build on that lead and find the second goal. And then luckily, Rashford and Højlund are finally starting to combine. And obviously, I think that really helped with Luke Shaw tonight as well. I think the Luke Shaw and Rashford display from both of them on the left flank was really causing Wolves several big problematic problems in that first half. They couldn't get near Rashford. They couldn't get near Luke Shaw. And then when Rashford plays an absolute sublime through ball into the Wolves penalty area to get onto Luke Shaw finds a completely unmarked Rasmus Højlund to tap it in to make it 2-0. And you think the game's done. You think Manchester United are not going to have any major problems in that first half. But do you know what? I thought the game was won. Like, I really, really thought the game was won. I really thought Manchester United were very, very comfortable. And I expected Wolves to, absolutely crumble. Like, I expected Wolves to really start struggling in the second half. I thought if Man United find that third goal, they're going to kill this game off. We're going to walk away with 3 points. 3 points that at one point in the game looked absolutely nailed on. But it's that Wolves fight back that I've been left really, really with a lot of questions. A lot of answers need to be heard from the set of players and obviously Erik ten Hag, because I don't know how you can throw a 2-0 lead away. Like, you are comfortable, you are winning the game, you are dominating this Wolves team, and Wolves are absolutely nowhere near to be seen. And Wolves are struggling. Like, Wolves were really, really struggling. They could not get anywhere near that Manchester United team. And I thought, you know what? If Man United make this 4, 5, or 6 before half time, Man United are going into that second half and can afford to massively rotate. And I thought that's what we would do. But unfortunately, the two disallowed goals, which, in my view and in my opinion, I don't think the Casemiro goal should have been disallowed. For me, I don't think Casemiro's in an offside position. I think it's Rafael Varane in the Wolves penalty area that's in the offside position. I think, Casemiro really is behind Varane. So I can't understand how Casemiro is interfering with play. And then, the Rasmus Højlund second goal as well. I don't think that's offside either. I don't know what VAR and the referees are meant to be doing to make this game of football better. But I looked at that Manchester United team. And for me, if this goes 3 or 4-0, that game's won, the points are won, and Wolves ain't going to fight back from that. Man United, I think, for me, felt like, well, we've got the game won here. We have got the 3 points quite clearly. We're not going to throw this away, surely, for 2-0 up. But I don't know what happened in that second half. Manchester United did not look anywhere near the first team in the first half. They looked nowhere near. I don't know what happened in that dressing room at half time. But maybe, the cockiness and the arrogance, the conclusion that those Man United players thought, well, we've got the game won. What can happen? Well, we can concede a goal and fall flat on our face. We can concede a second and then maybe concede a third. And maybe we don't win this game. Maybe we lose or maybe we only get a point. But there's something happened in that half time that I wasn't happy with. I don't know why Man United were on the back foot. I don't know why we were really, really struggling to break Wolves down. I don't know why, those Wolves players came out looking like the better team. Like, it looked like the Wolves were the team in front in the second half. It really looked like they had the 2-0 lead, and it's Manchester United on the back foot at 2-0 down. But I didn't expect that fight back in the second half. I really, really didn't. I think the players got lazy. I think the players let Wolves at them. I think the United players have got to have a hard-on look at this and look at the problems that are quite clearly still in that Manchester United dressing room, in that the goals we're conceding are stupid. The defensive show is horrifying, and the goals we were meant to stop conceding. We are still conceding. The amount of goals we've let in this season was one of the major talking points from last season that we were meant to sum up and meant to secure for this season. The goals we've let in is due to defensive naivety and due to a goalkeeper that we paid 60 million for can't keep a clean sheet. That is, Manchester United in their last 2 games have conceded 5 goals. And for me, as a Manchester United fan, that ain't fucking good enough. That is really, really, really disappointing. You don't expect Manchester United really to be conceding the amount of goals they are conceding. I don't know why defensively we look all over the shop. It looks like Manchester United just don't have any defensive ability to be able to defend against this Wolves team. It just does not look like this Man United team knows what it's doing defensively. In the second half, when we are comfortably leading 2-0, let's build on that lead. Let's find the third goal. And maybe then we can somehow find a way back to end the Premier League form turned around. But soon as Wolves found that first goal, I honestly did think that the floodgates were going to open. Like, I've seen it too many times before from Manchester United that, when we concede a goal, everything goes backwards, everything goes pear-shaped, and the team look at themselves and they don't know what they're doing. And again, that is the frustrating part from this Man United team. That is the major frustration I've got as a Manchester United supporter. I look at the team. If we can't keep clean sheets, then maybe in the end, we are going to have to look at that back four in the summer, as well as the goalkeeping change again. Like, we should not be conceding, 2 against Newport and 3 against Wolves. That's 5 goals in your last 2 games. We are meant to be keeping clean sheets with your preferred centre-back partnership back in the team. You've got Delot at right back and Luke Shaw at left back. You've got a midfield really dominant 3 in Kobbie, Mainoo, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. And then your front 3 that, I think a lot of questions again are regarding the front 3 at this football club. Like, that's basically Manchester United's strongest team at this moment in time. That I think it is. I think for me, the 11 that started this game today, I think is Manchester United's best team by a mile at this moment in time. And yes, we have still got players coming back from injury. We've still got players players unavailable for tonight. And honestly, there was rumours before kickoff that, Antony and Harry Maguire were both feeling something in that warm-up, which obviously isn't a very good sign that, again, these players are picking up continuous injuries. And then you wonder, then, if you lose those two options off the bench, what do Manchester United do then? I'm not saying Antony or Harry Maguire, and they both came on, made much effort. I thought they were both very, very poor in that second half. And defensively, soon as our better players went off in Casemiro, Rasmus Højlund, Marcus Rashford, Lisandro Martinez, Garnacho, I honestly thought Manchester United looked at 6s and 7s. I looked at that bench tonight before kickoff and I thought to myself, again, there is a lack of quality on the bench to bring on in the second half. And for me, that ain't good enough. Like, the bench we've got is probably the worst bench in the Premier League, I think. I don't think the quality off the bench is very good. I don't know what Ten Hag's meant to do with that team in the second half. What's he meant to do? He can't really change it around if you think about it, because the players he wants in that team are not at this club. And that bench options, it said quite a lot. And again, certain players today have been ignored. Like, I don't understand the substitution of Rasmus Højlund. I don't understand the substitution of Rashford. I don't understand the substitution of Casemiro. I don't understand the substitution of Lisandro Martinez. And I think for me, as soon as those four went off, it went fucking pear-shaped. It really went pear-shaped. I mean, it went pear-shaped. It went fucking pear-shaped. And I think for me, when you're bringing on, Maguire and Antony and Forson and McTominay, you look at those four and you think to yourself, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you have to question, like, what is the strategic strategy over those four subs? Because, yes, McTominay, restores the 3-1 lead. He gets the header from the Man United corner due to poor fucking Wolves defending. I mean, that Wolves back four is shocking. Like, Dawson, like the ex-West Brom reject, is in your team in your back four, who's been dumb for years. Picks up a stupid yellow card in the first half. Second half, the corner, which we get, you concede from because no one's marking McTominay. And then you think to yourself, right, we are 3-1 up here. Surely do not do anything stupid from now. And what Wolves do, to their credit, is they go at Manchester United again. They are not afraid to give up. And I thought, like I said in the preview, I hold my hands up. I thought Wolves were going to go this season. I thought Wolves were going to get relegated. I thought Wolves were going to go down, especially with Gary O'Neill in charge at Wolverhampton Wanderers. I honestly expected Wolves to really, really struggle with the quality of players they lost, the amount of excuses and the problems at Wolves financially, which is, at Manchester United, a load of bullshit. I expected Wolves to really, really struggle. And I expected Wolves to be down there amongst the favourite for the bottom three. But do you know what? They have got quality. And again, that quality shone through again tonight. I mean, Pedro Neto, what a right winger he is. The goal we scored again is down to the back four defensively. And Onana is standing there like a statue. And the problem is for the third goal, for the Wolves goal, is because Rafael Varane is in front of Onana's eyesight. Onana thinks, Pedro Neto is going to go to his right. He doesn't think Pedro Neto is going to shoot to his left. And because Varane is in front of him, Varane's blocked his eyesight. So Onana can't really see is he going to shoot left? Is he going to shoot right? And you think to yourself, he ain't going to concede from there. And then because Varane's got in the way and, he's been nutmegged for the third goal, Onana ain't stopping the third goal, which, again, is really, really fucking piss poor from Manchester United to let a 3-1 lead slip. And the second and for the second Wolves goal, we'll talk about that. Who is marking the Wolves, the Wolves centre-back in our penalty area? He's been left completely and utterly unmarked. He's been allowed a free shot on our goal and no one's marking him. And you've got Delo on our line, on the penalty line, and you've got Onana, again, standing there like a fucking statue. Again, back four is shit. The back five are crap. You may have Varane and you may have Martinez, but it's the two idiots beside them and the person behind them that isn't helping this team going forward. We're conceding way too many goals. When you've got Delo and Onana that could stop that second goal from going over the line, who are both stood there like statues, and then after are just standing there looking at each other, you think to yourself, you two are a horror show. Like, you're an absolute horror show of players to be playing for Manchester United. And then Luke Shaw as well. I thought in the first half, fantastic. That's the best I've seen Luke Shaw all season. But again, defensively in the second half, he just switches off. And we just let Wolves in time and time again. We were just letting Wolves attack us. And I don't understand why we were letting that Wolves attack happen. Like, you don't do that. You don't let the opposition back in the way Manchester United did. Like, you don't do that. I mean, a five-a-side team could defend those 3 goals better than what Manchester United did. Like, I don't need to tell you how to do your job, but, at least start stepping up defensively and stop letting stupid goals in, because this is where it could crash and burn for United. Like, if you're going to concede 3 against Wolves, 2 against Newport County in the FA Cup 4th round, then you just wonder how many more Manchester United are going to keep conceding, because it's just a defensive horror show. Like, even the midfield stopped playing in the second half. I mean, the midfield in the first half, fair credit, was probably one of our best midfield performances I've seen all season. Again, I thought it was probably one of our best first halves all Premier League season that I've seen this Man United team absolutely dominate the home team. Like, from away from Old Trafford, and you go into a difficult place like Wolves, especially away at Molineux, which I've been there as a kid when I went to my first ever secondary school. Like, it just looked like that Man United team was hungry tonight. That Man United team looked really, really, really up for the game. And it was a really, wonderful performance because, Casemiro looks solid again. Bruno Fernandes looks like he's back to his best. Kobbie Mainoo has been an absolute breath of fresh air in that midfield. I mean, for me, if he carries on with these performances, he needs to be going to the Euros of England. Like, for me, he's probably the young mid player of the year for me, in my view. This whole Premier League season, I think Kobbie Mainoo is probably the standout in the Premier League for the young player of the year, because for me, he's the best midfielder in the Prem at the moment. In my view, I think Kobbie Mainoo is making a massive, massive difference to that Manchester United midfield. And since he's been in there, and since Casemiro's come back and Fernandes is there, Kobbie Mainoo has absolutely developed very, very, very quickly. I mean, that's 2 goals now in 2 games in a Manchester United shirt, and he's done absolutely fantastic. Like, again, to score the goal he did in the 97th minute, I mean, to take on all comers in that Wolves defence, they could get absolutely nowhere near him. I thought, what? The shot and the run he was on, I thought, this is either going over the bar, this is going to hit the first Wolves centre-back, or he's going to hit off to another United player to shoot. But it's just the way he took the goal. Like, I didn't expect that to happen. When it hits 3-3, you're absolutely deflated. You're lost, you're confused, you're angry, you're frustrated. I was really feeling it 3-3. I thought this was going to be a completely different match reaction than what I had planned, because that was I just couldn't believe that ended in a 7-goal thriller. Like, Manchester United, again, didn't take their chances in the first half. 2 goals by VAR that were wrongly ruled out, which both goals were not offside. And for me, United are going to be sat there tonight licking their wounds a little bit, thinking, bloody hell, we got through this tonight. We were lucky. Like, without Kobbie Mainoo's winning goal, this ends in a point instead of 3. And then you look at the rivals that lost around us on Tuesday and Wednesday night, Villa, Brighton, you have to wonder, like, we have got really, really lucky tonight. We've got really, really lucky. And do you know what? Fair play to Wolves for the fight back, because I didn't expect that. That Wolves was a horrific horror show in the first half. It was terrible. Like, I've never seen Wolves play that bad against a top team. I've never seen them play that bad. Like, they've beaten Man City at home, and I was expecting them to give us a test. But when you're 2-0 down to the goals you've conceded, the Wolves fans, every time the Wolves player gave the ball away, every time the Wolves error was happened, every time the Wolves player was making a mistake, that team was absolutely all over the ship. Like, that Wolves fans and Wolves supporters were not happy. You could tell by the atmosphere. You could tell every little bit that Wolves fans were getting very, 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 very fucked off. And I thought, you know what? This is going to get toxic. Like, I would have walked out at 2-0 down. I would have walked out at 2-0 down. I would have not been happy. I would have been going home. I think, do you know what? We've lost this game. We're getting battered all over the pitch. We're not controlling the game. These United players are really, 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 really hungry. And if the floodgates open at 2-0, if it becomes 3, you're going. If it becomes 4, you're definitely going home. Even if it becomes 5 or 6, you think to yourself, do you know what? We've got nothing to lose here. Let's try at least find a goal or 2 back in the second half, because United will let off a bit. But do you know what? Fair play to the front three again. I mean, Matthias Cunha is a very, very good player. Pedro Neto, I've always really, really rated him at Wolves. I would have loved him on Man United's right-hand wing. Would do a lot of damage for opposition we play up against. And I think for me also, I mean, Sarabia, I mean, let's talk about the elephant in the room here. I mean, a quality midfielder that was brought in from PSG. I don't know how Wolves did that deal. Like, how they managed to bring a quality player like Sarabia in, and he's being benched by Gary O'Neill. If I looked at that Wolves team tonight, I'd be thinking, we've got no Hwang, we've left Sarabia on the bench, we've got no Adama Traore. What the hell are we doing with this team? Like, what are we doing under Gary O'Neill? What is the direction? Because I don't understand the direction from Gary O'Neill. I didn't get that Wolves lineup. I thought Wolves were going to go really, really strong. I didn't know they were going to have Hwang unavailable. I didn't know that, they weren't going to have, Adama Traore available. And I thought, you know what? This United team, I looked at it as like, this is our best team by a mile. This is our best team. This is our best players at the moment on form-wise to go with. But I just don't expect Manchester United to concede 2 goals, 2 sloppy goals, and then concede a third to them basically get a point. Like, I was, a few choiceful words came out when it went to 3-3. You think to yourself, how the hell they let a 3-1 lead go away? Like, when you think Mctominay has grabbed the win, you think to yourself, do you know what? Don't let this slip. Don't let Wolves back in it. Like, please don't let them. But, I mean, again, back to Sarabia. The challenge on Neto by Casemiro, like, I agree with Rio Ferdinand. I can't understand why that did not go to VAR. The contact with Pedro Neto from the Casemiro challenge, Casemiro has not touched him. Like, it is the slightest little finger pinching connection that Casemiro has had with Pedro Neto. But I think the way Pedro Neto, I've always said I've rated him as a player, and I've just said it a few minutes ago. I don't know how he has gone down, looked like the world's just collapsed on him, because he's gone down, and I think for me has absolutely milked that decision to get that penalty. I don't think it's a penalty. I don't think that is a bad tackle from Casemiro. I don't think he's touched him. He has gone down like a car, running up a car hitting a wall. I don't think, for me, that is a stonewall penalty. I honestly think he's dived. I don't know how the referee and VAR have managed to give that decision. VAR was brought in to improve football and improve the way football was imbalanced last season and the decision-making that happened. But I think the decision-making by VAR this season as a whole and the referees have been the worst I've ever seen it. I don't think the referees have got a clue. I don't think VAR have got a clue. I don't think no one has got one bit of understanding how VAR is meant to be improving the game. And I think the standard of refereeing, not just in the Prem, every league across Europe, every league in England, every league in Spain and Italy, and so on and so on. I think the decision making is horrific. Like, I don't know how that was given as a penalty. It's not a penalty. Neto has made an absolute mountain out of a molehill and has basically dived. The slightest little touch, and it's like a piece of paper being flown out the window because you've left the window wide open. Like, it's like he's gone down for the sake of it, and the referee is basically falling for it. But again, the decision-making from VAR, look how long it takes. Like, a decision should be a matter of seconds. Like, you don't sit there going over and over and over and over and over and over it again. You need to make a decision very quickly. You can't just sit there and say, well, it needs to be looked at 3 or 4 different angles. No, it needs to be made quickly. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. If it's not a penalty, get the referee over to VAR, point out why it's not a penalty, and make the decision. And I think for me, United were lucky to concede the first goal, because that, unfortunately, is where the Wolves fight back happened. That United team did fall asleep. That United team got lazy. That United team backed off. They let Wolves at them. I don't know why we did that. I don't know why, honestly, we did that tonight. For me, that is what infuriates me about this United team. They are just letting the opposition ride over them in the second half. We get ourselves into a comfortable position, and all of a sudden, let's back off here, let's let them at us, and then we'll break them on the counter-attack. I don't know why we're doing that. We are 2-0 up here. Don't do anything stupid. Don't throw this away. And what do Manchester United do? We throw it away as usual. We throw it away. We really, really throw ourselves in the deep here. We get ourselves into deep water, and we do not know how to get out of it. That is the big problem at Manchester United. When the going gets tough, we somehow really give up. I don't know how you go 2-0 up and throw that away. How you go 3-1 up and then throw it away. I don't know how these players do it. But the amount of records that are being broken for goals being conceded, I think we must be at least 70 goals now in a whole calendar season. We must be at least 70 goals today. At least for Manchester United that we have let into the back of our net, because it's just sloppy defending. I honestly thought, having Martinez, Casemiro, Eriksen's back, Ahmad's back, Maguire's back, Evans is back. The only injuries we've got at the moment now is Mainoo, Antony Martial, Victor Lindelof, and Mason Mount. I don't think those three are missed, by the way. I don't think we need Mason Mount now. I would even say, do you know what? The way Mctominay's carrying on, I think Mctominay has got more chance of a staying position in this team than what, Mason Mount's got. We are in February now. We've got 3 months left of the season. Does Mason Mount deserve to stay over Scott McTominay the way McTominay has scored goals this season? Or, for me, what my view is, we still need to get rid, because I don't think McTominay's ever going to be a starter in this team. I don't think we'll ever score the important goals I think Man United need. But today, he came up with one. Again, McTominay and Højlund are our top goal scorers. There's your problem. There is your problem. The scorers in our team are Scott McTominay and Rasmus Højlund. And I know Rashford found the back of the net. And again, good to see him back, and he's put all the problems off the pitch beside him. But again, he dropped off in the second half. Where was he in the second half? Again, Marcus Rashford, good one half. Marcus Rashford, second half, nowhere near. Again, a drop-off of consistency, a drop-off of level, and a drop-off, do you know what? We're 2-0 up here. I don't really need to bust a gut again. But I think United are trying to put all their eggs into one basket. They're trying to get over the line in the first half, thinking it's all right, just to, go 2-0 up and be like, do you know what? It's all right here. We don't need to bust a gut. We don't really need to do what we need to do. We don't really need to go over the top here. We're 2-0 up. If we find the first goal, great. But let's make sure we don't throw this away, because if we throw this away, the press, the fans, the supporters are going to be on us. And when it went to 3-3, I was going to be on them. And I'm still, we may have won the game, but this was going to be a much different title. I was going to be, how have you lost a 3-1? How have Man United throw a 3-1 lead, 3-1 win away? That is what the title was going to be. But we are finding the winning line, but we are finding the winning line only just. We can't just be only just every week, because once we play the better teams, we are going to get found out very quickly. We've still got to go away to Man City. We've got to play Liverpool at home, Arsenal at home. I honestly do not think getting over the line only just against them is going to help. But what I am finding a concern, and again, a certain centre-back went off tonight, again, for Maguire. And again, which is a big problem I think we need to look at in the summer, is Lisandro Martinez. And I say that due to what did he have put on his foot on the bench when he got substituted? Ice pack on that same ankle, on the same foot, that he's had the two same problems, and the two same injuries are on that foot. And again, when you've got ice being, patched up on that ankle and on that foot, you, as a Man United fan and a Man United supporter, have got to start panicking. Because if Lisandro Martinez is out again through injury, we have brought an injury-prone centre-back who has got a major, major ankle and foot problem. And again, I thought defensively, we looked really, really sharp in the first half. Him and Varane were excellent. Having them back in the team in the first half made a major difference in that team. It's making a major difference on the pitch. But when they're not in the team, and because we lacked and backed off in the second half, we looked nowhere near the level I thought we were going to be. We looked at times, that defence looks, it's like they just look at each other in a line thinking, if you do your job, I can do my job. If you can do your job, they can do their job. If that player can do that job, they can do their job. I just think the back four are just standing there looking at each other and basically just looking there like statues. And again, soon as Martinez went off for bloody Harry Maguire, you, as a United fan, you start panicking because you think to yourself, why is ice being put on wrapped on Lisandro Martinez's ankle again? Why is that ice being patched up on his foot? Has that injury again come back to haunt Lisandro Martinez after only 2 games? Has that injury reoccurred again? If it has, I think we've got a big question to ask in the summer, and we've got a big, big problem at centre-back to resolve. Because if that injury carries on for Lisandro Martinez and it happens again and it reoccurs, the same injury he's got is going to happen over and over and over and over again. Luke Shaw, right? That since he broke his leg in 2 places, has he ever been the same player again? No. First half, fantastic. Second half, nowhere near. Again, big, big concern, big, big problem. And United have got to sort that out. Like, if you don't sort that back 4 out in the summer, I think United are honestly screwed. Like, I think United are going to be a big, big problem here, trying to patch up their defence again. It's like a patchwork quilt. It's like Elmer the Elephant. That book you read as a school kid, like the patchwork elephant. You've got to build a solid patchwork to make the defence cover over the mistakes. But because the mistakes are happening on more than one occasion, that defence will crumble. And again, it crumbled tonight. You let 3 goals in. But if that ankle injury is bad and Lisandro Martinez has recurred again, United are in big trouble there, because as soon as Maguire comes back into that team, we look all over the ship. He ain't comfortable with Varane. Varane ain't comfortable with Harry Maguire. And again, as soon as Maguire came on, and then we conceded that 3rd goal, they're all standing there looking at each other thinking, how the fuck has this gone? How the fuck is a 3-1 lead ended in a point? I was asking that question. I was asking the same question. How the hell have you gone 3-1 up away to Wolves and you're comfortable and you're winning? Don't let this fall away. Don't do anything stupid to cost us. Because if it costs us, this is going to happen. And it did. It absolutely cost us badly in the second half. I thought we were atrocious. I thought in that second half, Man United went back to their old, lazy, incompetent ways. But I'm happy we've won in the way we did. I was going mental. I was going crazy. Because without that winning goal, this ends in a point. This ends in a draw. More points dropped. More wins thrown away. Manchester United don't put pressure on their rivals, especially with teams that have dropped points above us in the league. Villa, Brighton, West Ham have dropped points against Bournemouth tonight. Results have gone our way. Chelsea lost. Wolves lost. The only team really around us that's picked any points up are Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle and Liverpool. And Bournemouth, because they've picked up a point against West Ham, which is a very, very good point for FC Bournemouth. United are getting very edgy to watch at the moment. They're getting to that point now where it's becoming really frustrating to carry on watching them, because if the same old mistakes keep happening, you're going to eventually just turn it off because you think to yourself, do you know what? There is utterly no point carrying on with this, because the problems that happen on the pitch will carry on into next season, the season after that, and the season after that, and the season after that. We have got to build a better team because there's no options off the bench. The only options I really thought could have come on was Ahmad and Eriksen. I thought Eriksen should have come on for Casemiro instead of Mctominay, but obviously Ten Hag has got that substitution right, which, fair play to the manager of the club, obviously. But, also maybe, Ahmad comes on for Rashford, Garnacho switches to the left, Ahmad on the right, take Højlund off for Forson, which again, I don't think he's going to have a bit of it. I don't think he's got a future here. I don't think Forson's going to work at Manchester United. I don't think, for me, that's a good option off the bench. Like, that bench is weak. That bench is really, really, really weak. The only ones that were waiting back from injury are Mount and Lindelof and Martial. And for me, again, I want to see Ahmad play. I want to see this kid given some game time, because what he did at Sunderland last season was magnificent. He was ripping up the Championship, scoring banger after banger, goal after goal. But I think it's probably because of that post he liked. Like, say, come back to Sunderland of Man United, I can't see your quality. Which, again, Ten Hag's probably seen him liked it. I think, so, do you know what? I'm the manager. I make the calls, not you. But again, that's probably down to, the naivety and the experience and the young age that Ahmad did, thinking, do you know what? I'm doing a better job than Rashford. I'm doing a better job than Garnacho. I'm doing a better job than Antony. And I should be in that team. I thought, questions again. Why has Antony been benched over, Rashford being back straight into the team after what happened off the pitch? That's what I thought. But again, fair play for Ten Hag for getting the selection and the team right. But I think United have really started to get to squeaky bum time with me. Like, I want to see United put these teams away, not throw 2-0 leads away, not throw a 3-1 lead away. You do not do that at this level, because Premier League teams will find you out. And Wolves tonight found you out. They put 3 past you. Defensively, shocking. Like, that team falls to sleep. I don't know why. It's like we've fallen back into the coma. We have fallen back into the dinosaur ages. That is how I feel about this team at the moment. I feel like we have gone back to the dinosaur ages and we're going to do things using squeaky bum time. Like, Sir Alex Ferguson is not managing us anymore. It's not Fergie time. We need to stop conceding the goals we're conceding. We need to start keeping a clean sheet. And if you don't take your chances, United will get found out. And, people saying that you're being a bit negative and you're moaning, but do you know what? Imagine if this ends in a draw. Imagine if this ends in a point. You want to see raging? I would have flipped, because United have got away with it. They have got away with it massively. They've got away with it. And they should be really lucky to go to Kobbie Mainoo and thank him, because I would have been fuming with those players. If I was the manager, I would have absolutely flipped my fucking lid. I'm like, what the fuck was that in the second half? You should be proud of yourself, singing high fives and jumping about and singing and dancing and having a sing-song. Get on the campfire, get a squad together, get the marshmallows flowing. No. We need to work on these problems. We need to work on stop conceding goals, stop throwing points away, and stop, getting into moments of mishaps, because the more problems like that is going to cost Manchester United. It's going to cost us. It is going to cost us massively. But, thank God for Kobbie Mainoo, because that kid cares. That kid is giving his all. That player is showing his spirit. Him, Højlund at the moment are probably our 2 best players. At this moment in time, Højlund and Kobbie Mainoo are our 2 best players. Without them tonight, we don't win this game. Without 2 of their goals, we don't win this game. But for Kobbie Mainoo, for what he did in that 97th minute, I can't believe my eyes. I'm still, quite frankly, gobsmacked. I can't believe it, what we've just seen. From, a quality midfielder like that we've been missing for years, is finally arrived on the scene. I mean, thank God for his brilliance, because do you know what? He carries on like that, get him on the plane for the Euros, because he deserves it. He absolutely 110% deserves every chance he gets in that team, because he's given his all. He's showing he wants this United selection. He's showing why he should be in this team. Ten Hag can't take him out because he's just too good. He's too good not to be dropped. McTominay's days are done. Mount's days are done. Eriksen's days are done. You don't need those 3 now. You just got to replace all 3 of them and find 3 other quality midfielders to go along with Casemiro, Fernandes, and Kobbie Mainoo. And I think for me tonight, the man and the player of the match award goes to Kobbie Mainoo and goes to Casemiro. I think tonight, both of them were absolutely solid as a rock. Those 2 in midfield make Bruno Fernandes a better player. You add McTominay or Eriksen or Matt as that midfield 3, and you don't have Casemiro and Mainoo in it, we're nowhere near. That midfield battle gets lost more than a lost game on Fortnite squads. When you play as a squad of 4, You've got teammates who don't stick together. They go they go into solo squad mode, and we lose the match. And the other team wins. They emote on us, they embarrass us, and they give us the L. Without Kobbie Mainoo tonight and Casemiro, we don't win this game. So that's why I'm giving my player of the match to both of them. Because I think for me, they were Manchester United's two best standout players, in my view and in my opinion. So at least we've won the game. Wolves 3, Manchester United 4. Thank God for Kobbie Mainoo. Without him, I honestly, I'm still lost for words. I'm quite breathless. I've been quite taken back. I've been, blown away by a 7-goal thriller at Molineux. That doesn't really happen quite a lot. Wolves, to their credit, really, really went for United in the second half. They were the better team. They were the standout. They were, the best team in 2 halves. In the second half, they were better than us. We backed off. We got lazy. We got inconsistent. We got cocky. We got arrogant. Thought the game was won. Let Wolves back into it. But when you've got pure utter genius like that in the 97th minutes to win the game the way we did, thank God we held on for the extra 3 minutes, because it went to 110 minutes in the end. I mean, the amount of added time we're playing in English leagues, English cups, English competitions, European competition is an absolute joke. But Wolves 3, Manchester United 4, Man United claim a huge, huge 3 points at Molineux on this Thursday evening. So I hope you enjoyed the match reaction and the final score. Hit the like button and the share button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video. Hit the tweet button. Hit the retweet button. And remember to always remember that you put that notification bell on at all times as well to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2024 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more brand new upcoming content, videos, shorts, live streams, brand new gaming, brand new games, brand new content. 2 brand new games coming this month in February. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Avatar The Frontiers of Pandora as well. But an exclusive, we will be at Ashton Gate tomorrow evening for the EFL Championship Match Day 29 between Bristol City and Leeds United tomorrow night at Ashton Gate in Bristol. We'll be at that game tomorrow night. We'll be plenty of match day vlogs, match day clips. If you want to come and say hi, come and say hello, you can get yourself on the channel. Want to hear your views and opinions on Bristol City as well, so be there tomorrow night. And then we've obviously played again on Sunday. We've got West Ham at home in the league for Manchester United on match day 23 of the Premier League season. The preview for that is probably going to be in the early hours of Saturday morning, because I'm not going to be back from Bristol till really, really late tomorrow night. I mean, the scheduling is for these championship games is a joke. The kickoff times as well is trying to get to Bristol and then trying to get home. It's an absolute nightmare for tomorrow. Obviously, going with my mate Josh, massive shout out to him as well. Hopefully City win. But yeah, the preview for the West Ham game is probably not going to be maybe the early hours of Saturday morning, or maybe Saturday evening is when I can fit it in, because that is the only time I've got for it. So join me for that as well. But what a dramatic ending at Molineux. Wolves 3, Manchester United 4. I don't know how we've won that game, but well done to Kobbie Mainoo for stepping up with that pure, utter, pure genius, pure brilliance, pure stunning football. Man United ain't going anywhere time soon. Man United will still keep fighting back and fighting back to win games and winning trophies again. To rest your Thursday evening, stay safe, be nice, be kind to everyone. All legends, all legendary. And I'll see you on the next one.